I had a life coaching session last week and they asked me this one question. Have you ever been happy in business or sport in something where you've been competitive? I thought about it and I said yes, once when I came last. I'm not a runner. I'm 6'8" and 125 kilos. And a few years ago, I took part in a 10-kilometer run. And my sole goal was just to complete that run. I've had goals in business. I've had goals in sport where the overall goal is to be the best and win. My goal in this run was just to finish it. I got a police escort. That is how slow I was. And I got a standing ovation when I crossed the finish line. And I was last. Even though I saw lots of people drop out in front of me, in my eyes, I completed that run. And I never been so happy achieving something in my entire life, even though my name for the first time ever was at the bottom of the list. And I never realized until last week how happy I was from that run. And you know why I was? Because I went into that run with a goal for myself, but basically zero expectations. And everything else I've achieved in business, and I've achieved some phenomenal things. In sport, I've done the same, and I've never enjoyed it because it's always been hyper-focused, hyper-pressure on myself. And when I've actually achieved that success, I've not celebrated it. I've not gone, well done. I've just moved on to the next goalpost. And when that life coach asked me that question, I thought, wow. I never thought I would say coming last was one of the most happiest times I've ever had in a competitive environment. The call also went on, and we found out that the issues I had are issues which many successful men have. Yeah, I do things to the extreme. And one of them was goals. Yeah, if you set me a goal, I go above and beyond that goal. But I've had a fear over the last few months of actually setting a goal because I know what type of person I turn into. I turn into somebody who's obsessed with the goal. I turn into somebody who is I live and I breathe the goal. And I turn into somebody who can be extremely selfish. So I've actually been scared of setting goals recently because I know what type of person I turn into. And we spoke about this problem. And when I set goals, especially business goals, it takes me away from the family balance. And it takes me to an area where, as this channel's called, the drift, I just drift away. I just drift away because all I am thinking about is achieving that goal. And she said that me not setting goals is basically holding myself back in life, holding myself back in business and holding myself back in life. And I know that. I'm a coach and I've been teaching people to set goals ever since I started. But obviously not because of this, because of the fear of the goals. But she gave me some great advice, and I want to share that advice with you today. Set that business goal. She says set that business goal, but also set the family goal too. Set what you want to achieve for your family every single week, whether that's Sunday, zero phones, just family time. Friday night, go out with the family. Yep. Make sure that you are there for your daughter every chess tournament and every chess practice. So she says, set goals, but set balanced goals. Set goals not just for business, but for family, and set goals for personal. Set goals for personal time. I am going to give myself 5 days a week in the gym to make sure I look after my health. Yeah, so I wanted to share that with you guys because that has a lot to do with what this channel's all about, drifting and balance in life. So my message to you guys is if you are a successful man and you do put pressure on yourself to achieve things, sometimes go and come last in a 10-kilometer run. Yeah, do something where you don't have any expectations and do it for fun. Yeah, that's what I took away from the call. I've got to do more things for the fun of it. And that is really hard coming from a competitive sportsman. Yeah, we don't turn up for fun. We turn up to win. Yeah, but I will be doing more things for fun with zero expectation. That's basically doing something for fun. Take away the expectation, but also have goals in your business. Yeah, have goals in your business. Have goals, big, fat, hairy goals in your business, but make sure they're balanced with family goals and also personal goals. So you'll get an all round balance of life. So if something resonated with you today, please leave a comment in the comment box and please subscribe to the channel. This is The Drift. I am Scott.